The catalogue for our October auction in Berlin comes out tomorrow. Here are a few of the highlights from that sale. This cello by Giovanni Battista Guadagnini is the star of the show. The instruments that Guadagnini made in Turin are among his most desirable, and the cellos he made there, like this one, are particularly rare and in demand. The varnish is plentiful and virtually undisturbed. The model is wide with strong and flat arching, an excellent combination for acoustic power and projection. It strongly resembles the 1783 Rostropovich Guadagnini cello, which was sold in 2018 and is shown here on the left. The sound holes are typical of Guadagnini's Turin instruments. The wings are deeply hollowed and the outer notches are lower than the inner, a common quirk of Guadagnini. The cello retains its original upper block with two filled screw or nail holes. This cello is in remarkable condition. Lot 15 is a violin by the incredibly prolific French maker, dealer, expert, and entrepreneur Jean-Baptiste Vuillaume. This violin dates from 1844 and is a copy of the Alard Stradivari. The wood choice, flame orientation, model, sound holes, and antiquing all closely follow Stradivari's iconic 1715 masterpiece. Vuillaume made many copies of the Alard, but this 1844 violin is one of the earliest, and it's one of the finest that I have seen. Lot 149 is an attractive and powerful violin by the Mantuan maker Tommaso Balestrieri. Balestrieri came to violin making late in life and evidently without any traditional training, but he was hugely prolific and was by far the most productive maker in Mantua during his lifetime. This violin is filled with personality and style. The sound holes, edges, and corners are distinctly Mantuan and full of the rustic charisma that have defined the city's violin makers, from Balestrieri to Scarampella and all the makers in between. A personal favorite of mine is this violin by Alfonso della Corte. One of the lesser-known Neapolitan makers of the late 19th century, Della Corte made instruments which are unique and full of personality. One of the giveaway characteristics of Della Corte is that he often didn't complete the purfling under the button. Connecting the two bands of purfling is actually much more difficult than it looks, because the maker must connect the two lines by hand without using a purfling cutter. Whether by economy or by design, Della Corte often left this area unpurfled. There are several great modern Italian instruments in the sale. Lot 148 is a Capicchioni violin from 1966. And Lot 147 is a beautiful Carlo Bisiach violin from that same year. Lot 143 is a violin by Otello Bignami, dating from 1977. And Lot 145 is a violin by Vincenzo Postiglione from 1883. There are several interesting contemporary instruments. Lot 137 is a sophisticated Stradivari copy by the prize-winning violin maker Philippe Hille of London. Lot 141 is a violin by Nicolas François Vuillaume, the brother of Jean-Baptiste. Nicolas François Vuillaume's instruments come in several grades and qualities, and this is one of the finest. Lot 140 is an attractive violin by another important French maker, Hippolyte Chrétien Silvestre. There is a gold-mounted contemporary cello bow by the excellent Berlin maker Tino Lucke, and another gold-mounted cello bow by Klaus Grunke. There are two bows by Benoit Roland, one for violin and the other for viola. There is a violin bow by Morgan Anderson and a white gold-mounted violin bow by Wilfred Hakoune. For classic French bows, this sale presents an exceptional tortoiseshell and gold Joseph Henry violin bow. There's also this rare and exceptionally well-preserved cello bow by Jacob Urry. Lot 190 is a violin bow by James Tubbs that was previously in the collection of Michel Schwalbe, the leader of the Berlin Philharmonic, for over a quarter of a century. Lot 13 is a cello bow by Louis Morisot, which was previously owned by the French cellist Maurice Maréchal. It's an exciting sale, and we look forward to seeing you at the viewings.